Hello, welcome to Accounting 2010 Chapter 6 videos. In video 1, we are going to be discussing the general concepts of valuing the inventory that is on our shelves and the costs of the goods that we sold. So the main concept in Chapter 6 is assigning a value to inventory and the cost of the goods that actually went out of the store. In Chapter 5, we had the concepts of purchases and sales. We were given the fact that if we had a purchase, if we bought products for resale and they came into our store, we would have one journal entry which we would debit the merchandise inventory account, and we would credit either cash or accounts payable based on the financing or purchasing agreement we had with our vendors. And then when we had the actual sale, we had the two journal entries. The first to record the sale, where we had the debit to either cash or accounts receivable and recorded our sales revenue. And we also had the journal entry to record the cost of those goods that we sold and to record the fact that the inventory went out the door. Debit to COGS, credit to merchandise inventory. But the big question is, how do we value uh, or assign a cost to the products that we sold, and how do we assign a cost to the inventory which remains on our shelves? And in Chapter 6, we're going to solve that mystery of the allocation of those costs. So here's where some of the complication lies. When we have a lot of products in our stores, we will buy those products on a perpetual basis. We will perpetually be adding new products to our store. So if you want to think about all of these products, we've got a lot of these different types of products, and they look nice and neat. But at the end of a day, say at Walmart on a Saturday evening at 9 o'clock, the store doesn't look all nice and neat with all of the items spaced so nicely. People have come in and grabbed items from the bottom. Perhaps a better illustration would be in this fruit and vegetable market. We all know that we never buy this front bag of fruit. We all assume that this is the oldest, bag of vegetables. It's the oldest vegetables sitting in the store. That's why they're at the front. The store wants to move them, and the freshest vegetables sit at the back of the store or the back of the line because they're the newest into the store and they can sit there longer. The store is less concerned about selling them. They've got a longer expiration date. But the bottom line is people are grabbing all over the place products, and we don't always know exactly what products have come into the store or gone out. You think about these apples that are in the store. Did we pay when we purchased these apples? Did we pay the exact amount for this apple as we did for this apple? Prices are always fluctuating. This orange, this orange. We don't know what each of these cost us. So, and we know that customers come in and they mix things up. And so we really don't know for sure which product is going out. Well, some of you might be saying, well, we've got barcodes and scanners. Aren't they going to tell us which products? Well, that's true. We do have barcodes which are on many of the items in our stores. But what do they actually tell us when they're scanned? Well, they'll tell us what who the manufacturer was. It will tell us the item type, things like ounces, the product, such as that. They'll check the number to make sure that the scanner is reading the information correctly. Here are some of the information concerning these different companies, some of the product codes and UPC codes. But what it does not tell us, the barcodes do not tell us, are the selling price. The selling price is not embedded in that because everybody will sell the products for a different price. What Walmart sells a can of Campbell's soup for, mushroom soup, and what perhaps Safeway or King Soopers or Albertsons, they all may sell the very same can of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup for a different price. And the stores enter those prices in a computer in the back, a point of sale computer that will send the current price back to a cash register. In fact, even within one store, those prices can change from day to day, as you all know. So that's determined in the store itself. And The other thing that the barcodes don't tell us is the cost of the items, what we paid for the items. Because let's be honest, Walmart gets their products at a cheaper price than, say, a mom and pop store that is sitting out in Ouray. They're buying it at a different price, a can of cream of mushroom soup for a different price than what Walmart. And so the barcodes do not tell us the cost that we paid for it. So we have to determine what the cost of the merchandise is that is going out the store. And so we determine it by dividing the purchases that we've made, the inventory we've purchased, into basically two categories. The term inventory will represent the cost of those products which are not sold. They're still sitting in our store, they're still sitting on our shelves, and they are assigned a cost. And the other is the cost of the goods that we have actually sold. We have to assign a cost to those. And so, how do we assign a cost or a value when we don't know exactly which items have sold? Well, as accountants or managers, we get to pick a method. We just get to pick one. And guess what? The method we choose can have absolutely nothing to do with the actual outflow of the products. We just pick the method and we have to stick with it. We have to stick with those principles which say we have to be consistent and we have to disclose it in our financial statements, the method of inventory and cost of goods valuation. So we get to choose 3 approved methods. And those methods are specific identification, first in, first out, or FIFO. It's pronounced with a long I and a long O, FIFO. Last in, first out, LIFO, or average costing. And in order to demonstrate this, I've demonstrated it in class using some different toys to demonstrate it. But for the purpose of this lecture, we're going to go out to a problem that we worked in class, and it was in your Golf Haven packet. And we're going to be doing that in video 2. We are going to be performing an analysis of the different valuation methods for inventory and cost of goods sold.